What's up, boys? It's Nostalgic Gaming Channel back at it again with Age of Mythology, nostalgic gaming content. Mission number 19. Watch that first step. And I know I say this a lot, but you guys are in for a major treat today. This is probably one of, if not my favorite mission in the entire campaign. It's because there's so many different ways to do it, so many different ways to complete it, so many different little tips and tricks that you could do.
Ajax, black sails. Those are Camos's pirates.
Do you think Camos is here?
He's here. Gagarensis would want Camos watching over the peace personally.
Then he's gonna have a really bad day.
Camos's base is heavily fortified. If we capture some of his ships, we could sail in undetected.
So you better believe it's our two bros again, Ajax and Arcantos, and this time their mission is to capture that final piece of Osiris. And we have to make it to the other side of the island, which is heavily guarded by a large fleet of pirate ships, right? Once we make it to the other side of the island, once we actually make it there, there's almost no area for us to build. We have to conceal ourselves. We have to be quick about it. This mission is a high adrenaline, fast pumping, stealthy mission. I'm like Solid Snake, sneaking around, hiding in a box, being real stealthy. Nobody's gonna find me. No, but this portion here is probably why this is my favorite mission. So those Anubites are guarding those guys dressed in yellow, right? And you see how they're worshipping at their temple? Well, these guys are secretly Colossus builders and worshippers. So guess what happens when we free them? We're going to be in for a big treat, right? They're going to build us some golden Colossuses, the strongest unit in the game, for free, just for relieving them. So we just have to take out these basic little troops here. They're going to try and build a military structure, but we're just going to destroy it really quick. And unfortunately, these Colossus builders have already gotten to work and built a Colossus for the enemy. And we do not want our siege tower to fight the Colossus. Ideally, I would have had Arcantos fight him, or Ajax, because they would have taken reduced damage. But my actually champion Hoplite is taking some hits, and I'm able to micro him out. Call me Giant Grant Games. No death run. I'm able to get him out of there. But once we relieve these villagers and relieve these worshippers and destroy the evil villagers and the evil harbor, we're going to be granted the gift of unlimited free Colossuses. And that's going to make this mission just so much more spicy, right? And they don't come in like super quick intervals, but they come frequently enough that it makes a major impact on this mission. Who's going to carry the boats, right? That's going to be me. I'm carrying the boats. So we don't get to free them yet. Like, we don't get the opportunity to interact with them yet. Oh, I'm a liar. Yes, we do.
We will build Colossi for you. Come back when they are ready.
So they've given us this little prompt now that they're going to build Colossus for us, and they'll let us know when to come pick them up. So the best part about this mission, right, other than the Colossus builder, a fantastic element design on this mission is once we get to the other side of the base, there's so many ways you can tackle this mission. There's so many different options. Like, they don't pigeonhole you into one. So once we land on that other island, you're going to see that resources are very scarce, right? So we're either going to, specifically gold is very scarce, right? And we can't build too far up because the enemy is going to see us and they'll scout us and attack us early, right? But we have a ton of really strong units, and we can easily defend that area. So there's a couple ways you can complete this mission. First, you know, the way that I like to do it is I like to send some villagers back to the main starting area and start them mining gold, start them production over there on ships, build some naval things so we can control the harbor, right?
Look at these defenses. We'd be dead men without these pirate ships.
The other way you could do it is you could build a quick force and attack before they're ready, right? because their defenses in the beginning are not super strong, but they get stronger as the mission progresses. Or you could just ferry Colossi back. You could take over the harbor completely, really slow down, build, bring in the golden Colossuses that are coming over, right? So there's several different ways to defeat this mission, and it's pretty nice that they give you so many options. Like, they give you the tools, and they say, do what you want to do, we're here for you, right? And you can see the little timer says, hey, we only have 9 minutes until they're going to scout us and find out that we're here. So the anxiety in my heart doesn't allow me to wait that whole 9 minutes to see if they actually scout or if you can kill the scouts, and if you kill the scouts, if they come back, because I don't like that. The anxiety in my heart would not let me do that. So I'm going to do the strategy that I like. I'm going to send the villagers back. I'm going to collect some colossi. I'm going to build myself a little force, and then we're going to destroy them before they get too strong. And I'm going to take over the harbor, so I'm going to do a little bit of all three. I'm going to do the best of all three worlds. And just because I like to do this mission this way doesn't mean you have to. You could rush them. Right now with our army, we could probably make a sizable dent in their forces, right? But then they know that we're here. We don't have enough time to build. Our resources are going to be kind of light. But we have bronze, and we have 2 very powerful siege weapons. So we could totally attack them at this point and probably deal a crushing blow and a serious damage to their economy and their military structure. So if you look in the bottom right, what always intrigues me is, like, whenever there's a dark spot on the map, I think to myself, what's over there? Like, why did the developers take the time and effort to put this extra little piece in here? And look, it's not just like empty land. It's like a little harbor. There's a little water. If you look in the bottom right, there's a little, like, island maybe, or structure. So that intrigues my curiosity, and I think to myself, there's got to be, I have to explore it just for my peace of mind, right? So the only way we can explore it here, because we don't have any flying units, is going to be building a harbor, a boathouse, right? And send a boat over there, right? And I mean, it's not going to take that long. It's not going to delay us that much. And hey, it might be worthwhile in the end, right? We might get something cool over there. And you guys are going to see we do get something cool. So I also want to build the harbor over here on the water, right? That way I can get myself some military boats, some mythological units in the water. And that way I can have a fighting chance in case I want to overtake this harbor. Arkantos, it's a little bit late to say that at this point. We've already wasted 5 minutes of our time. So if we hadn't started building by now, we probably would have been done for. But you can see the boat's kind of idling around. Luckily, there's no... It doesn't look like there's any myth units in the water, right? That would have been extremely dangerous if we saw some myth units out there. But if it's just boats and towers, we can get past those pretty quick. And for some reason, my boat decided to blend in with the enemies. It wasn't moving, it wasn't fighting, it just decided to blend in. And this whole time, we're just pumping out villagers, right? We want to increase our workforce. And we want to make sure that we're getting as many resources as we can before the enemy attacks. That way we could be well prepared for a counter push in case they attack us before that. And we want to focus on our gold, because gold is the one resource we can't get in our main place very easily.
Arkantos, we have a Colossus ready for you.
And there we go, the free gold Colossus. There's nothing better than getting a gold Colossus. There's nothing better than getting a gold Colossus for free. There's nothing better than getting unlimited gold Colossuses for free. Can you guys not see and hear the excitement in my voice and see how awesome that is? There's nothing better than getting my favorite unit on lock. Hey, apparently fishing ships can build harbors and build obelisks? That's interesting. I didn't know that. And we see over there, there's 2 relics for the taking, baby. They're not gonna be left there for very long because I want those. And luckily, we already have Ajax over there. That way, he can grab one of them. And we'll, I mean, if one of them's bad and one of them's good, we'll take the good one, obviously, and we won't come back for the bad one. I'm not super invested in the relic game at this point. I'm not Indiana Jones. I don't need the capturing all the ancient relics and taking them away and chasing boulders. I just wanted to improve my military here. But at this point, we have a pretty thriving economy. We got some decent money, right? We got some decent resource collection points. So we're going to have to start cranking out an army here and getting our gold Colossus back in line with our troops. But let's see what Ajax has to say about these relics. I'm going to let him make the decision on which one he wants. You know, Ajax is smart. He's going to collect the military one or the resource collection one, whichever. So we upgrade our resource collection points. And I don't think I have a granary. There we go. I was going to say I haven't built the granary yet, which is a big detriment. If you're not upgrading your resource like collection things, you're going to go much slower. Tail of Cerberus. Yeah, we're going to do that one. Myth units attack more often. And we're gifted a rock. Wow, that's going to make transportation between these 2 areas much, much faster. The only dangerous part is we're not going to be able, I don't think, to go through the harbor. So we're going to have to take kind of the sneaky shortcut here to make sure that our rock just doesn't get shot down by all those pirate ships. Because, man, how sad would it be if my gold Colossus, I was trying to ferry them back and forth, and they just got absolutely demolished in the air. Plus, the rock's a pretty useful unit for scouting and whatnot, so we don't want to lose that, especially on, like, if we're not paying attention and it just gets instantly gimped and shot down. Like, I would feel really bad about that. But we make Ajax, he gets back, right? And because we have the Tail of Cerberus, we're going to definitely want to make sure that we build the temple. That way we can crank out some myth units here. And we're T-minus 2 minutes and 30 seconds before they notice us. So we got to prep our army. We got to prep ourselves mentally, right? We don't have really any military production areas, but they've given us so many champion hoplites. And now we have the gold Colossus, a pharaoh, 2 heroes, and a priest, and a catapult, and a siege tower. We have a small army here ready to take on pretty much most of the stuff they could throw at us just with this. So once we get the armory, we'll advance to the next age, right? Give ourselves a little bit more access to myth units. We have plenty of resources to do so, right? And we also have to make sure we throw our relic into the temple. So this is the thing. I don't know if it's the case, but I feel like the Egyptian people build slower. Maybe because their things are cheaper, but I feel like they build slower. And we definitely pick Nephrites because we want that Leviathan for the water, right? We want that big, beefy, hulky myth unit to destroy those enemy vessels. We're going to have total land, total sea, and total air domination because I don't think they have any rocks. So check mark on total air domination. We're going to win by land, by air, by sea. No one's going to beat us. What is it? Paul Revere. 1 if by land, 2 if by sea. Well, we're going to be 3 because we're going to bring in some airstrikes with our rock. So interesting notes about the Leviathan, right? Because we're going to be building some of those soon. Apparently the original concept for Leviathans started around like the northeastern mythological area, and it says it can be found in various ancient cultures including Mesopotamia and the Hebrew texts. And you know, as we know, Mesopotamia is that area kind of like where modern day Middle East is located, right? Just kind of northeast of Egypt and the Nile area. So it would totally make sense for their legends to spread over to like Egypt and that. Most of the time when you think about a Leviathan, it has the association of being like a sea creature, right? You don't think of most Leviathans as land creatures or like in the air. Most of them are sea creatures generally. Oh man, so we got our scout here, right? And we actually ended up killing them, and they still reported no matter what. So we're gonna keep our boats out of the way here because we are not safe anymore. But these war barges, they're like catapults of the sea, right? They're gonna be strong enough to destroy these towers, really no issue. And once we get our Leviathan out, right, we're going to be able to dominate the sea. So a lot of people probably know the idea of Leviathan from that sub game. What is it called? Subnautica, where you know, I've never played it personally, but I've seen the meme and I've heard the soundtrack of multiple Leviathan class enemies detected above or ahead, and that's got to be a scary feeling, right? Because the Leviathan is always seen as massive, right? Dangerous. There's not a lot of friendly Leviathans out there. It's kind of like the Loch Ness Monster, right? But we start sieging this enemy base here, right? And we have plenty of troops with our champion hoplites, our golden colossuses, and we even have one colossus waiting for us. So we're gonna go pick that bad boy up here in a minute. But I'm gonna try and take this choke point here, right? Unfortunately, it angles out it forks into two different locations, right? The left is really where you have to go because that's where the piece of Osiris is. The right is pretty much the unit production areas. So we want to try and... Oh, I heard a Colossus die too. Thank goodness it wasn't ours. And you know we're going to pick Thoth because we want those Phoenixy boys and sea turtles. Right? I wonder why a sea turtle is considered stronger than a Leviathan. Maybe because Leviathans have the unit picking up capacity. Unfortunately, my troops do get pretty heavily split here, so I don't think they're going to be able to make it very far. But my Colossus is destroying those guys over here. He's putting in work, and I still have a Colossus left that I haven't even picked up yet. So we're going to spam out some ranged support for our guys. Some range artillery support. That way we can arrange like infantry support, sorry. That way we can at least be able to continue our push and hold down the location and deal some extra damage while we're waiting for reinforcements to arrive. And look at my boy. Ain't nothing stopping him. And luckily, since most of the people attacking are priests, they do minimal damage to my heroes, right? But there's my Colossus doing Colossus things, and we're gonna overtake this land. Call us the sea pirates because we're the real pirates of the sea, right? I'm Johnny Depp. They're not gonna be able to get me. They're not gonna be able to stop me. I'm taking out those black flags. Actually, recently I took a vacation to the Bahamas and I went to the Pirate Museum. And man, a pirate's life is not a fun life, right? Scurvy, mutiny, disease, starvation, being captured and killed by the government. The pirate's life is not a life for me. But you know, I think if any myth unit kind of represents a pirate man pretty good, it'd be the Scorpion Man. Like I could see him being a pirate because he's got like 6 peg legs already, right? He's kind of got that poison stinger, which kind of looks like a cutlass if you like squint your eyes really hard. Right, I could see him being a pirate. He's already got that raspy voice from being out in the sea for so long and getting scurvy. Apparently I haven't built the Leviathan. I thought I did. I thought I did so I can make all those Leviathan jokes, right? But it's okay. We'll probably build a war turtle. If not, I'll just keep building sea barges because they're so strong. And we use our rain forest power so we can get some more meat. That way we can get some more troops. Even though I really need gold, right? I should probably be focusing on getting more gold. But, you know, when the gods give you a power, you use it. Wow, that scarab just took a beating from my Colossus and didn't even hit him. Colossus, attack him! Actually, no, he didn't attack him at all. I thought my Colossus was fighting. Fight him, Colossus. Don't just let him run. That's the one thing, is the AI in this game is not super bright. They're not the shining example of... But then again, it's a really early game, but the AI struggles sometimes, right? Figuring out what to do. So our war barges are going to just keep destroying all this land, and eventually they're going to help us out by doing some long-range siege on the land, right? They're like the catapults of the sea, right? They're like how tuna's the chicken of the sea. They're the catapults of the sea. And we're going to drop in our reinforcement gold Colossus. And I guarantee you this army here is probably enough with my god powers to win the match for us. Why is the pharaoh up in front? I guess a leader should lead their people, right? But, you know, if you lose an axeman or if you lose a slinger, it's not a huge deal. But if you lose a pharaoh, it's a pretty big deal. Oh my god, my meteors attacked half my guys. That was not good.
We have a Colossus ready for you.
Oh man, they have another Colossus ready for me. How nice. I love how those guys just do it for you because, like, you know, I mean, I guess Gargarensis and Kamos and them, like, trapped them and forced them into, you know, forced work. And made them work really hard and, you know. So they're happy to be relieved, and they know that maybe they know the fate of the world is on the line, right? Maybe they realize that Osiris being revived is a crucial moment in time here. It's a canon event for this world. Oh, here's the final confrontation here. Here's the final showdown. We are not going to let Kamos get away from us this time. He's escaped too many times before. We're not going to let that villain escape. Oh my god, he's got a lot of Anubites. Right? There's a very lot of them. And my Colossus has easily dispatched those war elephants. And I was, you know, a little mistaken that my guys could take them all by themselves. I think if I had my gold Colossuses over there and my Pharaoh, it'd be a different story. I mean, eventually we're gonna win. Yeah, it would definitely be a different story there. I think with just these guys here, I could win. But hey, you know, we might as well get some reinforcements from the surface, right? As they would say in that tunnel mission in Tartarus, reinforcements from the surface over and over. But hey, we're coming up pretty close here towards the end. I always appreciate you guys watching. Like I said in every video, I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for you guys, right? So I appreciate you guys watching. Please, if you have the opportunity, like and subscribe. It takes a second, right? It means a lot to the algorithm, apparently. But thank you guys for watching. I've really recently delved into shorts. If you guys like this type of content, you guys probably would like my short about, you know, DJ Khaled bringing out the whole ocean. So check that out if you feel so inclined. If not, watch Fable Friday. That one I really work on editing, and I throw a lot of AI in, and I throw a lot of sound clips. That's my really well produced one. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Watch this cutscene, and then I'll see you on the next one.
What was that you said before? Something about hanging my head from your ship?
Your head will still decorate a mast, even if I'm not the one to lash it there.
Don't jump into a man that has a spear. That's Battle 101. There we go, one villain down. 2 left. And that's why Cyclopses are better than Minotaurs. Alright guys, like I said, thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Stick around for the last second. You guys can see my ending screen.